All right, creatures, let's talk about our predictions for World's End. During Rampage, we did get the three matches that they announced for the pre-show. I'm not too happy about some of those. Well, one match in particular. So for the pre-show, we do have Tony Storm going against Layla Gray. I'm sure Layla is going to take that L. We also do have QT Marshall versus Jeff Jarrett, and honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't think anybody really cares about this, to be honest with you, but whatever. They're putting this together for y'all, so go ahead and watch it. It's for free on YouTube. The one that really, really upset me, especially based off what happened on Rampage, especially, is that we do have Top Flight teaming up with Outrunners to go against the Murder Machines, which are Lance Archer and Brian Cage, and they are teaming up with Action Andretti and Leo Rush. Action Andretti and Leo Rush beat Top Flight to be able to go against Private Party for the AEW Tag Championships. And I thought that this would be a last second thing that they were going to add on to the pay-per-view, which they kind of got at Rampage, even though Top Flight did get involved, that little scuffle that they had. And instead of making that match official, where they could have these young men get some TV time on a paper motherfucking view, they don't even do that. They put these guys on the pre-show once a motherfucking again, and this right here is what I keep saying. Tony Khan, I understand the money is at where some of these big guys' names are on this main roster, main card. That's great. However, these young guys are your future of your company. And at some point, you're going to be like, damn, I should have been building them up while I was keeping some of these bigger name guys at the top too. And it's like, at one point, are you going to see Top Flight, Action Drake, Leo Rush on a motherfucking pay-per-view? This is just crazy to me how sometimes these young talent get overlooked for other things, but whatever, that's not my company, so it is what it is. But I was disappointed that they have put that match together. They'll do anything to put the fucking Outrunners on it, and I love the Outrunners too, but I'm just saying, based off what's going on, we gotta stay consistent with things. I feel like at some point they might even just kind of scrap the whole thing about Leo Rush and Action Andretti having a little title shot. I don't know, whatever. Main card. So I don't know what the order of the matches is going to be, but something tells me the semifinals match will open this because two people from one person from each of those matches will end up to go and do the finals match later on in the card. So I think it would make sense if that would be the first match of the one of those two matches to be first on the card. So let's talk about what we got going on here. MJF versus Adam Cole. I am sick of this story. Real talk, they did end it. And when things got sour, when it came to revealing that a crippled man, Adam Cole, was the devil, which they did have time to actually make it someone else, that's when the story really fell flat. And then they kept trying to make something out of the Undisputed Kingdom. And really, unfortunately, it just wasn't working with Wardlow being over there, Adam Cole foot being broken in every which way, and him not being there. It just did not work out. They even had that time when MJF returned as like a Wolverine Triple H and attacked Adam Cole. It was a whole bunch of foolishness where it seemed like they were done with the story. Somehow they made it back, and now they're fighting for the Dynamite Diamond ring. I might be a little biased when it comes to MJF, but this motherfucker has had it for 5 years now. Let the bitch have it. Nobody really cares. Let me just say, Adam Cole, I can understand why the company want to prioritize him to be a big star, but really, I just feel like he needs to start from the motherfucking bottom, not back at a story that didn't even work, and try to make it work. Something about it, he needs to win the fans back. He needs to just start over, if that makes sense. And honestly, I just feel like he's not grabbing people the way that the company would like for him to grab them. I would love MJF to continue to hold his damn ring. It's his anyway. But I do feel like Adam Cole's going to take the win. Now, I do want to mention this, that there is possibility for shenanigans in terms of like the Kingdom turning their backs on Adam Cole, turning heel or whatever. I do prefer them to be heels. Maybe Roderick might return since he's been out. since his match with MJM. So that would be great if they come back and they're all turned heel on Adam Cole. Adam Cole, you're just going to have to figure out what to do when it comes to having friends, whatever. Continental Classic Finals, Okada versus Ricochet. Ricochet, baby, not this year. Okada will take that win. The other semifinals match is going to be William Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. I do believe William Ospreay is going to take that win, unfortunately. And we're going to end up seeing, once again, Will Ospreay versus Okada. Will that be a great match? Absolutely. However, here's the thing. For me, I don't just watch AEW. If you've watched New Japan, then you've seen these guys in the ring before. I know this is a new opportunity for people who's never seen them in the ring before to see them within AEW, and that's great too. However, Will Ospreay has gotten everything handed to him. Well, no, let me not say handed. In a way, handed, yes. However, he's consistently had probably the best matches that I've seen from anyone this year, and even low-key last year too. So he's a tremendous wrestler. However, the Will Ospreay fatigue is there for me. Maybe other people feel the same way too. However, I do feel like when it comes to the finals, we're going to end up seeing Okada retain the Continental title and be the winner of the Continental Classic for this year. I do feel like if it will be Will versus Okada, that most likely will be match of the night. All right, AEW International title on the line. Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs, I love you, baby, but we doing something with Takeshita right now. We busy. Takeshita busy with this title. He has a lot going on. He after this match that he has with Hobbs, he's going to be going over to have a match at DDT Wrestling. Then he's going to also be going to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom. And then he's going to be wrestling that next night at Wrestle Dynasty. Takeshi's booked and busy. And he's going to be going around with that title. So we already know that Hobbs is not going to win. But I really would love to see that if Hobbs would take this L, which I believe he will, maybe we might see a moment where, I don't know, MVP might have just another card in that little pocket and ends up handing it to Powerhouse Hobbs. I think that would be a really great thing if he were to join the Hurt Syndicate, even though he'll take an L. But it's got to be a really, really good L for him to take in terms of having a strong match with Takeshita. Now, TBS title on the line, Chris Statlander versus CEO. This is the second match that they'll be having. Oh, man, this is another one that might even steal the show. Who knows? My money is on CEO to retain. I do feel like they're going to keep this on her for quite some time. I don't know. I'm not really sure at what point they will take this off of her. But it does seem like she's moving through the roster pretty quickly in terms of opponents. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. CEO will take the win. That's what I think. Now, we do also have a Tijuana street fight with Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa for the women's world title. I do believe Mariah May will retain. Mariah, I think they're saving something for when they go over to Australia with her and Toni Storm. So we'll see about that. That pay-per-view will be in February. They have a little bit of time to cook things between Mariah and the new Toni Storm. Main event, we do have the AEW World title on the line. Moxley versus Jay White and them Abs versus Hangman Adam Page versus Orange Cassidy. Moxley taking the win for sure. With this, and I'm only saying Moxley because of the storyline. Orange Cassidy, you had your opportunity, you fucking lost. Why the hell are you even in this? Now look, I don't mind seeing Jay win. I wouldn't mind seeing Hangman win. He'd need a redemption after when he held the world title, because that reign was pretty shitty, to be honest with you. So it would be nice to see him with the title again and then Swerve taking it off of him. Who knows? But with what's going on with the Death Rider, especially after how Rampage ended, it really made me feel like this is a turning point to us seeing the Death Riders exactly how we've been wanting to see them. And it seems like they're turning things up a notch. And I would like to see where they go with that. And I feel like the best way they can continue to go with whatever they're doing with the Death Riders is Moxley still holding on to that title. It would have been great to see the trios titles on the line, or the tag titles on the line. TNT title on the line. You know, there's a lot of titles within AEW. This right here is one of the shortest cards that I think we've seen from AEW in a really long time. But I know that this roster is definitely going to knock it out the park in terms of quality of this pay-per-view. Now, this is the last pay-per-view, the last little $50 y'all gonna have to spend before we go on Max on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we will be having Dynamite on Max and then Collision on Saturday. So this is where you can watch it. They will still be on cable. If you have cable, it's still there. But the AEW library will be available on Max. So go ahead and get your little subscriptions if y'all want to go back and watch some past shows. Pay-per-views, Dynamite, Rampage, whatever the hell they had going on. Everything but Ring of Honor will be on there. So if y'all are interested, then you got to go get Max for that. I am looking forward to this pay-per-view. It's a really nice little card. Certain things I would have added onto here, but it already seems like we have more than enough going on. My only thing that I would have done was the Private Party versus Ashley Andretti and Leo Rush, because these guys, they need this time. They need this time to be able to be on a pay-per-view, especially where all these eyes will be on them and expecting the best from them. I don't want to see that this match ends up being on Collision or some shit. This was an opportunity where they could have done this. I don't think they're going to wait until February for a Grand Slam pay-per-view to make that possible, unfortunately. So you guys, I will be doing a watch along on my channel, and it's going to be a fun night. So join us. If you can't join us live, I will still be doing a review on the pay-per-view later on that night. Guys, thanks so much for watching my predictions. If you got predictions you'd like to share, post them down below in the comment section. And I'll see you guys during the pay-per-view. Bye.